It is true. How many of you know this personally? Spiritual teachers come into your life. I mean, whether it's somebody who torments you or someone who gives you drop you a one-liner, like a truth that says, oh my God, that's it. It's me, Because, I'm out there in the real world, with real crazy people, normal crazy people, or somewhat crazy normal people. And so, I go to Australia, I go to Hawaii, I go to Europe, and I do a lot of work, and I travel, and I meet lots of different types of people. And so I'm getting ready to go to Hawaii next month, July, to volunteer my time. We spend 10 days there, and what we do is we work at rehab, which is Habilitat, which has America's highest success rate. About 65% of those who graduate from the program 5 years later, not 30 days later, 5 years later, they're still drug-free, have a job, and are living a productive life, okay? 5 years later, not 30 days, not 20 days, not while they're in the treatment, okay? It's easy not to be addicted when there's no drugs there. It's easy. But get out there in the real world. So here it is. Jeff, I met Jeff about 6 years ago. He had brought me out there, and the whole purpose, I was going to figure out how addictions work. I didn't realize I already knew how it worked. I had an idea because I worked with all the food addicts, So I started bringing practitioners with me, and then we're getting ready to go there the next month. And so Jeff and he's born in Oklahoma. He lived in Texas, but he's in Hawaii, and so we became friends. I said, well, Jeff, you need to get trained in this. So I said, why don't you just come to Australia? Good place. He stopped at Fiji on his way up there. He had a great time. And so we had some time off. I said, hey, let's go to Uluru, which is that big red rock in the middle of Australia. And I went up the big red rock several times. It's like this. I mean, it's freaking hard for a fat old man, And of course, when you get up there, you have no legs. You just like, now these young guys, they go up there 30 minutes, and they look at the rock, and they look at the little thing, and they just go back down. I'm going up there, I'm camping out. Ain't no way I'm going back down for a while. So I'm up there, and of course, the sun's going down. I say, we got to get off this rock. Okay? So, of course, when you come down, I mean, I'm an expert of understanding how we scare ourselves, And so the first time I went, it's been, a year or so before I took Jeff with me, I went up there and I was in really bad shape. I mean, I was freaking bad, sad, physical shape. And so I'm sitting there, I'm huffing and puffing, I'm under the tree, and the lady back behind me, she's talking. She goes, yeah, we just went to the Ulgurs, which is another set of rocks, and I think I have the fear of heights. And I chimed in and said, well, most people think they have the fear of heights. They really don't. They have the fear of falling. She goes, you're right. And I said, what most people do is they play movies in their head while they're up there. She goes, I did. I imagined myself falling, and I died, and I left my kids with him. I said, see, so here it is. Now, when we're coming down from Uluru, like I said, it's like, I'm not lying, it's like this. They have a chain, you go up, and then you get to the first rung, you think, oh, I can't wait we get there, and you find out there's another one just like it. And so what people do in their head, it's what you do before you do affects what you do. They see themselves going down, and they start making up movies. I'm falling, crash, crash, tumble, tumble, and you're dead. Or they make up even worse scenarios. You're guilty of that, right? And all kinds of weird things. They play movies and they torment themselves. So here it is. Now, Jeff and I, we went down, and it was work. I mean, we couldn't walk hardly. Seriously, couldn't even walk. And so now about 4 days later, we're somewhat walking, so we're going to go to Kings Canyon, which is an amazing canyon. And you walk up, there's a lot of hiking and all that stuff. And so we took 1 billion photos. I love taking photos, and you see I take a lot of photos. And so it's at the night, and then in Australia, especially in the outback, they don't, like I want to buy a beer, and they said, do you have a key to your room? I go, no, we're just travel out here. You can't, we won't sell you beer. Are you traveling with a bus where somebody else is driving? No, you can't have beer. Now, I don't drink much, I just drink occasionally. And by the way, I want to say this, guys. I feel sorry for some of you who didn't get to buy me beer last time I was here. I will be available this evening, so you won't feel bad. I got a lot of beer that way last week, so. So here it is. So he wouldn't sell us beer. So we went to this restaurant. Now, in the middle of Australia, everything's expensive. It's $50 for a meal. And normally it's $27.50 no matter what you buy. $27.50, beer, food, no matter what it is. And so we go in there, and so we ordered our food. It was like $50. And then I said, I'm going to see if I can buy us a beer. So I go and I stand in this line, and this drunk Australian guy, hey, mate. Yeah, I can't sound like an Australian guy. Hey, mate. So what are you doing? I said, well, what do you do? And I said, well, I teach people how to get rid of stress and fears, and I figure out what the cause of all problems are. And he said something, and I said, now I ordered my beer, and it sold us 2 beers, so we drank beer. I said, I'm going to get us another one. So I'm up there, and I stand in line, and that same guy got right behind me. He goes, I know what the cause of all problems. I said, what is it? He said, vaginas. I go, there could be a truth here. Guys, look around. Self-help seminar. Who's here? Now, by the way, I said that only because of you, ladies. Because haven't you been blamed for everything? Haven't you? Even if you're not guilty. How many of you feel guilty when you're not guilty? You know you didn't do it, but it's still your fault? Isn't that true? Guys, haven't you been blamed too for their problems? They come home, and what do? You did it. This guy woke up from the middle of the night, and all of a sudden, he's getting punched from his wife. He goes, what did I do wrong? She said, I had a dream about you. I didn't do it. I've been here. Anyway, so the truth is, the cause of all problems, we really know what the cause is. It starts with being born. Starts with beer? Anyway, now ladies, by the way, and gentlemen as well, we've been blamed for everything. We're guilty. It's our fault. When I go to this memory, I say everything inside you is you. Are you going to be guilty because of it? You look at your children. Look what you did to your children. Are you guilty? Are you? Be honest. The answer is no. Because could your parents give you anything else than what they had? Could you have given your children something you don't have? Could you? No. So you do what you know how to do. That's all you can do. But if you sit right here and torment yourself because you should have, couldn't have, what are you doing again? You see it? All right.